What's up, e-bikers? This is the Ride1UP LMT'D, a 750 watt commuter style e-bike. We're check it out next on the channel. All right, so back in the spring, I had the Ride1UP Core 5 in the garage, which is kind of their entry-level commuter-style road e-bike. And this is basically an upgraded version of that. It has a bigger motor, better specs all around, but the exact same frame, if you noticed going back to that video. This has a lot of cool stuff on it, and right now it's on sale for $15.95. That's $300 off on Ride1UP.com. And it's a really nice commuter style e-bike, very comfortable. One of the first things I noticed about this bike with the swooping up handlebars here, the saddle on the back, street tires on it, just a really nice looking package overall. So let's go over the specs and then we'll get some close-ups and take it on a ride, and I'll get more thoughts on how it does ride itself. So this e-bike has a torque sensor, and it's the second e-bike I've had with a torque sensor. First one being that e-bike, which didn't really work very well, but this one is really nice. I mean, as soon as you start pedaling harder on it, you feel that power come on, and it's just a much better implementation of a torque sensor with a motor that I've experienced so far anyway. I haven't had a lot of experience with torque sensors, but I like how this one works. PS1, it's a nice cadence there, like 12, 13 miles an hour. So I really like how they kind of spec it all out and tune that motor to the right speeds. It is a Class 3 e-bike up to 28 miles an hour out of the box, so no unlocking or anything like that. Range is 30 to 50 miles, and this bike weighs 53 pounds, so it's definitely one of the lighter e-bikes on the market. And that's great. You can go 28 miles an hour on a bike that weighs 53 pounds. It's a really nice, it's not too heavy. It's a really nice e-bike, right? If you're looking for your first e-bike and you're coming off a road e-bike, then this is something that I think would appeal to those kind of riders. Overall, it looks like a regular bike. It feels like a regular bike, and but it's got 28 miles per hour speed in there, so we gotta love that. 750 watt rear hub motor that has 100 newton meters of torque, which I'm really surprised about as well. Pretty good pickup off the line. When it's at 100, I thought maybe it would feel even more powerful. It feels powerful, don't get me wrong, but the difference between 100 newton meter torque and 65 is not that much really. Having ridden most of those bikes before, this is the first e-bike I've had that had this kind of torque on it, and you can certainly feel it, but it's not as powerful as I thought it would be, just from a first impression standpoint. Ride1UP does have a 30-day return policy, so you can send it back if it doesn't meet your expectations when you get it. We have a 48 volt 14 amp hour battery here in the down tube. It's a top loaded down tube, top loaded battery. Your charger ports here, your key lock here. Got some bosses down here for a bottle or lock accessory. We have air suspension on here, so it's a lockout. The air's on the left-hand side over here. I don't think you can fill it, but it looks like you can just adjust it. I've never seen this style of fork before, but it's very nice. It's got really good travel on it. Here's the little rubber band there. So no issues there. Very comfortable going over bumps and stuff like that. The controller on this is 22 amps, so that's why you get to 28 pretty quickly. We have a 44 tooth chain ring down here with a Shimano 11 to 32 cassette on the back. And we have an 8-speed shifter, a paddle shifter up here on the handlebars. Tektro Hydraulic brakes, really nice to see, with mineral oil sitting on 180 millimeter rotors back there. Minimum seat height is 32 inches, and really good looking package. Comes in a few different colors, I believe. We've got street tires, 27.5 by 2-inch street tires back here. Nice tread on those, and just a really overall great package. I think for what you get as well, $15.95. You get all that power, the look of a regular e-bike, and really good parts and accessories on this thing. So let's get you some close-ups and we'll get it out on the road. All right, here's a little walk around. Got kind of a two-tone paint job there with the black on the bottom and the gray on top, like that. Here's a look at those tires I mentioned. Nice street tread. You got your front light. Here's the fork with the lockout, and it says air over here. So yeah, you just twist it. The Ride1UP badge. I love badges on the front like that. Here's a look at the seat. It's okay, nothing great, but battery here in the down tube. 14 amp hour, so decent size for this type of bike. You should be able to get 40 miles pretty easily, I think. Here's your chain ring, 44 tooth, and there's that Shimano cassette back there with an Altus derailleur. Here's a look at the cockpit. You got some nice locking grips on here, very comfortable. Left side thumb throttle, your display, we'll come back to that. And here's the paddle shifter. And of course your brakes. There's the Tektro mineral oil. So nice display here. You got voltage, which is great to see. Power wattage, miles per hour, battery icon as well. Trip and odometer, just 3 miles on the bike so far. Love this display. It's nice, it's easy, simple, and colorful as well. So. So here's the handlebar setup. It's really nice upswept design, and I'm really comfortable. I'm not leaned over at all, just very little, because I think it's a very short reach here with the rider itself. By the way, this comes in a step-through version as well, so you can get a step-through if you want that type of frame style. My only dislike of this bike so far has been the way they package it, because you have to put on the fork, and I had to put on the chain ring, and when it came, the chain was all wrapped up in the back spokes, and it was actually, it was in a knot. The chain was in a knot, or a loop they call it. So I couldn't ride it right out of the box. I had to bring it down to my local bike shop real quick, and they fixed it in 5 minutes. They just popped off the chain and the chain link and popped it back on, untangled it. So that was the only major problem. And but that's the one thing I don't like about Ride1UPs is you have to put the forks on and the chain rings, and you know, there's more stuff to go wrong if you've never put together a bike before. So that's my one major complaint. Overall, otherwise, these are great bikes. They're for the money. They're quality e-bikes, and you get quality parts on this. You get I don't think there's any commuter e-bikes that have 750 watts. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put it in the comments there, but it's pretty rare to get a commuter style e-bike with a 750 watt motor in it. So that's another nice plus that I really like, and the power, of course, the quality as well. So let's go hit the road, do some PS testing, speed test, hill climb, downhill, test out the brakes, and we'll wrap it up with my final thoughts. In PS2 right now, just cruising. This bike is super agile. Just want to throw it around. And these handlebars are perfect to do that. Control the bike. I feel so much in command of the bike right now. And got that torque sensor going down there. It's kind of fun actually. This would be a good exercise bike too, I think. I put it in one. Just going up this little hill here. Yeah, it kind of keeps the speed pretty much. It's going down now. Crossing the road, throttle only. Not bad. Pretty quick. Yeah, it's just some PS testing with PS1 right now. about 13 miles an hour. PS2, 16, PS3. This bike only has 3 PAS levels. Let's kick it into 21, 22, 23, 24. I'm trying to get a top speed here of 28. 26. 27. 28. All right, time for the hill test. Do throttle only first, up to this first portion of the hill, and then we'll kick it up into PS3, I guess. 11.6 miles an hour. 10.4. Starting to gain speed here. $13.5, doing really well with this throttle. Pretty steady. 15.6. 15.8. Gonna drop the gears down. Alright, now I'm pedaling up the steeper part of the hill. I'm in 4th gear, it looks like. Let's drop it down to 3rd. So you got that torque sensor, so you got to pedal really a little bit more, unlike a cadence sensor, which just kind of kicks it automatically. So I think we hit a low of 9 miles an hour there. And yeah, so with torque sensors, you definitely have to pedal harder going up a hill. That's interesting. All right. We're gonna go do a downhill coasting run and test out the brakes. $25 miles an hour. Hit the brakes a little bit here. Can't see what's coming around this corner. We're at 29, 30 already. $32 miles an hour. Hit those brakes. Nice controlled stop, those Tektro Hydraulic disc brakes. All right, let's go wrap this puppy up. So I kind of wish this bike had like grippier tires, like for trails. It would make an awesome trail bike, I think, as well. If it had some kind of more mountain bike style tires, kind of like my Espen Sport does. I almost want to sell my Espen Sport and use this for the trail, but I'd rather have grippier tires on there. But the seat it's not very comfortable. It's kind of hard. This is so Royal. It seems soft, but it's just not when you sit on it. But overall, great bike. Other than the assembly issues and that chain issue, which cost me $15. I should charge Ride1UP for that, but that's okay. It's a great bike. $1,500 with that discount. Normally, I think it's like $1,800, $1,895, something like that. But just a really good looking package. Simple, clean, elegant. Definitely needs some fenders as well. Didn't come with fenders. So if you're going to commute with it, I think they should put that as a standard option on these bikes. But really nice package, and I'll put the link in the description if you want to pick up a Ride1UP. This is definitely, I've only had 2 of them so far, but this is definitely the best one I've had. And really nice package. and I think worth the money for $15.95. You can't go wrong with something like this if that's the kind of bike you like. So anyway, I enjoyed it. Hope you will too. And thanks for watching Crisscross. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I got a lot more e-bikes coming soon. So let's get at it.